All right, so here's the new tool, whatever you want to call it. So this is our Kubota RTVX1100C. We actually picked this up about 2 weeks ago, and it already has almost 8 hours on it. We've been using it already, so it's not nice and shiny and dust free anymore. We've used it pretty much every day. In fact, we've already had the first damage done to it. We took the mirror off. It's just sitting in the cab. It came off on a tree. So easy to fix. We just gotta get a screwdriver out to fix it. So I think the first thing longtime viewers of the channel are going to ask is, you bought an orange piece of equipment when all you have is green? 100%. You can see in here, everything is green aside from an Alice Chalmers WD and a Power King tractor. Everything other than that is green in this building, and we bought something that is orange. So to give you some specs on this before I get into why we bought it, it's about 25 horsepower, 24, 25 horsepower, four-wheel drive. It is variable speed or hydrostatic, however you want to think of it. We went ahead and ordered the front hitch kit. It is electro-hydraulic, so basically it just plugs in, and then we have a 78-inch straight blade for it. It is an HVAC unit, so it does have heat and air conditioning. The bed is a hydraulic tilt bed, and it is diesel. For those of you that have not followed the channel, pretty much I buy everything diesel, other than my wife's car and my old collectible tractors. And if the old collectible tractors are offered in diesel, I have them in diesel. And so it's diesel. Top speed is 25 miles an hour. I'm not overly worried about that. We were looking for something to use in our yard. For instance, those trees right up there, watering those trees, putting those trees in, carrying them around, things along those lines. That's what we were after. This is replacing three-wheel Cushman truckster that we had. We had it for 2 or 3 years. Really good machine, but 3 wheels with the hills that we have on our new property. You can't see them out front, but on the back of our property is pretty hilly. We really wanted something that was 4-wheel drive, and we wanted something that was just a little bit nicer. So now that you have the full specs, let's get into why on earth I went for something orange versus green. Price, 100% price. So this unit out the door was $33 some odd thousand. A comparable, XUV 865 with HVAC cab starts at $35,000, and I think after you add the hydraulic dump bed and a front blade and stuff like that, you're sitting at $43,000. That price difference alone was, the XUV does go faster. Can't remember its top speed, but it does go faster. Has a little bit different payload capacities, towing capacity, stuff like that. But ultimately, for what we want to use this for, this was the unit for us. Now, this is my wife's machine. She is the primary user of it. I am not going to be the primary user. However, what I did do, the reason I got the blade is, once again, for those of you that have followed the channel for a while, we moved last year. Previously, we were moving snow on about an acre of gravel. I was using our 74-inch blower right there, and the 60-inch blower, depending on the snowfall. I was spending somewhere between 1 to 5 hours blowing and scraping and moving snow. And the new place, we're still getting used to it. You can see this pad right here. I clearly need to put a driveway out there to get to it, stuff like that in the new building. But honestly, this new place just has a driveway. It's not it's not an extensive driveway. And ultimately, we would like to pave and or concrete the driveway. And it is going to be one of those things that to pave and concrete it, we're probably going to use a blade. What I found out this winter is honestly the 74-inch blower on the back of my 4066 here is just, it's overkill. It's way overkill. Same thing with the 60-inch blower. We live on top of a hill. You can kind of tell that looking around. We just don't get that much snow that's probably going to stick up here. Talking with our neighbors and stuff, they have confirmed my thoughts, that, we just, up here on the top of a hill, we just don't have that much snow that's going to stick on our driveway in a blizzard, stuff like that. Now, obviously, we're going to get snow. And, in front of the house over there, because that's going to be southeast looking that way, in front of the house, yes, we get quite a bit of snow. But, honestly, relatively speaking, we just don't have the snow removal needs. What I am trying to work towards is I'm trying to reduce the number of attachments, number of pieces of equipment that we have around here. What it's going to look like in a couple years, I don't know. But this was the first step in doing that. This Kubota is way more nimble. I've already tried it out, even though we don't have any snow. I've driven around the driveway and stuff with a blade. It's a lot more nimble, will give us a lot better service on the tight driveway up by the house as compared to the 4066. It makes a lot of sense. So that's why we bought it. Like I said, we already love it. I mean, you can look in it. I mean, obviously we already ripped the mirror off. But you can control wise, I mean, you can see it's already dusty and everything. We do have the control over here. Being on the left-hand side was a little bit different for me personally. This is going to take me a little bit of getting used to. But other than that, all the controls are very, very intuitive. Just overall, it's just a very intuitive machine. Like I said, HVAC, my wife did opt for the radio. Radio is actually pretty decent for this machine. And also, just in case in the future, if we decide we want to put a blower on here, we went ahead and put the hand throttle on here. That way, if we want to run a blower, we can, because it would just require the PTO kit. We do have underseat storage, things along those lines. Like I said, hydraulic dump bed, stuff along those lines. Just really a really nice machine. Probably what I'll do, aside from this introduction, I mean, I don't think I necessarily terribly need to get out and drive it around. Probably what I'll do is I'll get my wife's opinion on it here. Right now, I can tell you she absolutely loves it. I'll get my wife's opinion on it here in a couple months, and I'll come back to it. I did want to give a quick shout out to Pfeiffer Implement out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. They're the ones we got it through. We do not live, we have, I think, 2 Kubota dealerships closer. The Kubota dealership local to us was almost $4,000 more than Pfeiffer was. Great to work with. Just fantastic to work with. Normally I don't give shout outs to dealers. I also don't work with a lot of dealers other than parts. But honestly, really good service from them. Kind of worked with our time schedule in terms of getting it ready and everything. We did get the LED front and rear lights for this machine. And they're going to come up here and, cause we're north of Sioux Falls, they're going to come up and put those LEDs on. We did opt for the bed liner versus just a plain bed. Obviously, it's orange. I think you have camo and another color. We did opt for the, I can't remember what they call these. Basically, turf tires. Like I said, I can't remember all the choices. She went through all the choices, asked my opinion, and I kind of provided my opinion. Got it's a 2 range, high low plus reverse. So but that is the new machine. Hopefully get lots of years of good service out of it. Like I said, I'd have loved to bought a green one, but a green one was just too much. Something I do consider is resale, and honestly, resale value on these Kubota units is pretty doggone good from what I could tell. I think if we go to sell it in 5-6 years to get a new one, we're not going to be out a whole lot of money for the number of hours that we put on it. So anyway, questions, comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching, and I'll provide an update in a couple months.